You're kicking it with the Christians. You're kicking it with the Christians. One marriage, two hustlers, it shows. We'll travel the globe in search of endless possibilities. You're kicking it with the Christians. Together we'll conquer it all. Take the highs with the lows, 'cause there's no losing with this energy. You're kicking it with the Christians.
Welcome back.
What's up, good people? Welcome back to another
Podcast
episode of One Marriage,
Two Hustlers.
Let's get it. Tonight's topic is how to hustle without losing sight of your relationship.
Welcome back to another Friday night on YouTube. This is a YouTube video. I'm excited about it. Hopefully you guys been enjoying the YouTube series. If you guys haven't been on Patreon yet, you know what time it is. I'm always promoting Patreon because we got a lot of content on there. So
please go support us. It's $5 a month at the least. So we have a $5 tier, we have a $10 tier, and we also have a $20 tier for our VIP members. And so
yes,
we're super excited to share this exclusive content with you guys. You're only getting partial content if you're only watching the free content.
Yeah, on YouTube.
It's $5. Just $5.
Some of y'all spend $5 a day going out to eat. So
yeah, so
let's get into it.
If you rock with us, go ahead and pay that $5. I want to see your name on the list.
Come on.
Also, I wanted to put up a little ultimatum. Like,
okay,
most of the people that are joining Patreon, shout out to my people.
Come on.
Most of them are my people.
Oh, so some of mine though, but
I'm calling out Mr. Christian's people. Where y'all at?
Yeah, they coming.
Where
They
y'all
coming.
at?
They coming, man.
Come on,
More
I want
coming.
to see y'all.
More coming.
Go ahead and click that link in the description.
But
and
no.
join.
Yes. So let's get into tonight's message, man. Just say we post every Friday at 7 o'clock Central Standard Time. You be here, you watch it, you enjoy it, and hopefully you watch all the other content. So
if you rock with us, okay?
let go.
All right, back to the topic. Because baby said I script the whole intro.
Nah, we good. How to hustle without losing sight. Your relationship should be your number one priority. But at the same time, if you guys are running a business together like we are, you gotta kind of
put in a little extra work, and you also gotta make sacrifices.
Gotta make sacrifices, and it ain't as easy as you think.
It's not easy,
but it's so worth it when you understand the sacrifices need to be made when it comes to not losing sight of your relationship. But hustling comes in all kind of areas though, and it's understanding you got 168 hours during the week. All right, I'm breaking down some numbers, and then if you sleeping 8 hours a night, that's automatically 8 times 7 is 56 hours. All right, so 56 taken away. So now we're not including you going to work, not including cooking, spend time with the kids. It's just a lot of hustle, but it's a sacrifice that has to be made
in order to be where you want to be
financially,
especially financially.
Yes.
And so that's something that people have to learn over time, because I know in the Black community we're trained to let's grow up, graduate high school, go to college, get a good job, start a family, and so from then on you're literally getting up, going to work every day. So
nobody's teaching you about financial literacy. Nobody.
No, you're coming home, you're cooking, you're doing whatever for the kids. You go to bed and you get back up and you do it all over again. And financial literacy was never in that routine. It wasn't in that plan. You never saw it. You just saw your parents making ends meet or they made it work. And some people were well off, so their parents were making what we call good money, and they had everything cool. But were they really where they wanted to be? Did they teach you how to invest? Did they teach you how to create generational wealth?
Come on.
I don't think so.
No.
I didn't even hear the term generational wealth until I was an adult.
But we barely not hearing financial freedom.
Right, and still didn't know what it meant.
People don't even know what financial freedom is. You know what I'm saying? And to me, financial freedom is basically you being able to control your time, but having enough money to not only enjoy life, but to pay your bills.
And where you won't be hurt if you go on a vacation and come back and trying to figure out how to pay your bills. Like, it doesn't even bother you. Because you have a plan, you have money still coming while you're on vacation.
Come on.
And so it's important for people to know, like, that when you're hustling in a relationship, it's gonna take some sacrifice. It's gonna take some time. But at the end of the day, you have to remember what's important, which is your relationship.
And I again, I go back to not only are we hustling together, but we're in the season. So to me, I break down every year as different seasons. So and I say, you can break it down season, break it down in quarters. You know what I'm saying? The first 3 months, first quarter over with. Now we're going into the second quarter. So ask yourself, in the first 3 months, have you hit some of your goals that you wanted to do in your relationship or whatever? You know what I'm saying? These are things you gotta ask yourself. But you gotta ask yourself too, while we are hustling, are we building our wealth? Are we building our foundation on a rock where not only that we don't let the hustle interfere with our relationship?
Right, exactly. And so, you know, that may be sometimes scheduling around your time. So we have to learn that too. Because when your business is first getting started, it's like, oh, I gotta go over here, I gotta go do this, I gotta do this. But you have to remember to take a step back and say, okay, I can come at this time, or I can schedule you at this time. I have openings at this time, or let's try to work on, you know. So just learning to maneuver in a way that is beneficial for your relationship. Because money is great.
It's great.
But
it ain't the end all be all.
It's not the end all be all, exactly.
Because if we're making $50,000 a month, but we're not spending time together, it's just got a lot of money that you just sitting there.
Right. Yeah, we can go buy whatever we want, do whatever we want to do, but are we truly fulfilled in our relationship? You know, we're just kind of going through the motions. And so we're business partners, but at night or at the end of the day, we have to learn how to take those hats off because we are husband and wife. Yes,
and you got to take it off. So another thing too, plan to do something together. I don't care if it's monthly, at least monthly.
It needs to be at least monthly.
Try to do weekly.
And that's pushing it.
Yeah, and try to do weekly. If you can't do weekly, do every other week.
And then if your schedules conflict, because we hear couples all the time say like, oh, well, he works nights and her schedule, you know, is something's going to have to give, or we don't really see each other. We kind of passing each other up. And, you know, we experienced that because Lloyd used to work overnight. And so literally he would be coming in from work at 7 a.m. Yeah. Around 7, and I'm walking out the door. Yeah. And so.
Or sometimes I would get off a little bit more later and I couldn't even see.
And he wouldn't even see me. And then when I got home, he would be gone already. Yeah. And so, you know, that's when your relationship really gets tested, because it's like, man, I don't really get to see this person. But when I do, I have to maximize my time.
Yes. And so that's why we're saying you don't want to lose sight. You know what I'm saying? When you hustling, you don't want to lose sight. Like to me, you got to be tunnel vision, and you got to calculate every moment, calculate every situation to know that, okay,
you have to have a plan.
You got to have a plan, because to me, it's like this. And I always use this analogy though. If you gave me your address and you say I live in Houston and you live in Dallas, I'm just using a scenario, and you say I live in Dallas, 3525 Market Street, and then you give me your zip code, and I say, okay, I'll be there. I start driving to Dallas, 3525. I don't know where we walk. Just like I'm just driving around. But if I put that address in that GPS. If you strategize your life, if you put your goals in your GPS, not only would it tell me when I'm gonna get there, but it's gonna tell me the distance it takes to get there.
And the time you're gonna make it there.
And that's what I'm saying. So that's the same when it comes to your life. It's the same when it comes to your relationship, and you put your priority first. Like, we're hustling, but we also gotta spend time together.
And we have to remember what brought us together.
Yes.
You know, never lose sight of what brought you together, because you're going to grow, you're going to change, you're going to make more money, you're going to elevate, but I can't lose sight of where we started.
Yes. You cannot lose sight, man. I'm telling you guys right now that one of the things that's so great about not only being married to your best friend, but growing together. When I say growing together, is like, okay, we hustling. Some days we don't want to do it, but we got to do it. It's just because we set a goal. So like I said, with these podcasts, we set a goal. One of our goals, every night we got to do a podcast.
Record.
You got to record. Because what happens is, when we first started, trying to record like 3 or 4 in one day,
it takes half of your day, you know?
Yeah.
You want to kind of go do other stuff. You may want to cook a meal or enjoy your day a little bit, kind of, you know, just enjoy each other, especially on a Sunday or something. So, you know, we had to sit down and strategize and plan it out.
You got to plan it out.
We had to come together on a plan that's going to work for both of us.
Yes.
And so, you know, this is our first week doing this. By the time you guys are watching this was our first week doing this, and so far we're doing pretty good with our schedule. And so that is something that everyone could incorporate. Like, especially, you don't even have to be running a business together, but even if you have 2 different things
side
that you're
businesses
doing, and you both have a business going on, you still need to map out time, like what's going to work for both of you.
And even if you got if you got little kids, you put your kids to sleep by 8 or 9, and then you work
a schedule.
Then you work on your dreams from 9 to 11 o'clock, and then you come to bed. You know what I'm saying? Together, and not I'm going to stay up to 1 o'clock while you're going to bed at 11.
Or you saying the kids won't go to sleep?
Put them to sleep.
They will, but they're staying up because that's what you're allowing.
That's what you're allowing.
And then sometimes, because kids get sick, stuff like that. That's understandable. But if you train them, the Bible says train them up
the way you want them to go.
And I've seen it because I used to go into people's homes and babysit, and they'd be like, "Oh, you don't really have to do much because he goes to bed at this time. He needs to eat at this time." And those kids will literally be at that time they out.
Come on.
And I'm chilling until they come back for the rest of the night. So they planned that out. They trained them. And so that's something that some of you need to think about. Even if you have older kids, because some of y'all be saying that, and like your kids are older.
Come on.
They should do what you say do. A period. And so those are things that you have to think about. I know it's easier said than done. I know, but you're only going to do what you allow them to do. So you got to make time. Because, and I say this all the time, what happens when your kids leave and you just sitting there looking at each other?
Yeah.
Like, what do we do now?
Because
so
you ain't
definitely.
Because you haven't built a strong bond.
Yeah, you gotta make time for that, and so just think about that. Don't be like, "Oh, well, I gotta work." You need to understand I have to work.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know you have to work so we can provide for our household, but we also have to make sure that we work together to make sure that this relationship survives, this marriage survives.
So hustling without losing sight goes with if y'all both working a job every single day, you hustling, but you still gotta put time in your relationship. Because some of you guys got a lot of money, all right, with very little time that you do not maximize. But you don't maximize it. You got the time. It's little time, but you gotta maximize it. Because at the end of the day, if you get fired or something like that at work, then the first thing you're doing is looking dumb, like, "Oh, what I'm going to do?" You all frustrated. It's like, but no, you need to step back and say, "Listen, and I'm going to touch on this a little bit. I don't want to harp on this, but especially when the getting is good, and you have an overflow of money, put the money up, and then you'll be able to come together to do more things together."
Right.
And strategize it out.
Yeah, and losing a job won't hurt you so much until you figure out how you're gonna, start back to earn income, make time or have a lot of time. Speak up, like let them know, and y'all come together and figure out, okay, how can we plan this? How can we incorporate stuff we like to do together into our schedule?
So what we have on here, it says identify, share goals and value, develop mutual respect, share your vulnerability. All right, I think that's key though. It's sharing your vulnerability and then identifying y'all goals that y'all can do together. And not having your own personal goals. It's like, yeah, that's cool, but what goals y'all have together? So while y'all hustling, you know what I'm saying, y'all
have that goal in mind.
Y'all have that goal in mind. Whether it's the snowball effect, I know some of you don't go. We're gonna get more in that and under our exclusive content, but whether it's the understanding that y'all trying to pay certain bills off. I mean, you gotta have a plan that you're working towards. Because what's happening is you're gonna get stuck.
Because one person knows the goal, but the other person is kind of like, just okay. Well, I have my goal, and so you never really get to the point you want to be at because everybody have a different agenda.
Yes, and I'm saying that's not a good feeling though, because it's like if you're working or you're hustling together, then what are you really working for besides? Just paying bills.
To say you have money, or just to say you're the boss couple, and
all that,
just to look good for social media and stuff like that. So at the end of the day, it's just YouTube. When the cameras are off and when you're not on social media, it's just YouTube. So you have to remember again, what's the plan? What brought us together? What's our goals? Like, what are we really trying to accomplish with this hustling?
And then, again, key terminology put on here is making sure that they understand that you got their back. You know what I'm saying? That's key, man, because, when you're together, even if you're just dating somebody and y'all just moving in together, or y'all just say y'all haven't even moved in together, you still want to understand what's their plan, what goals, are they saving money, are they just blowing their money? Like, you gotta have some kind of, you gotta be intuitive into what they're saying, into what they're doing.
And you should be hyping their business up just as much as they're hyping their business up, just as much as they're marketing or posting their business, like, and vice versa. You should be all in. Because at the end of the day, it's going to benefit the both of you.
Yes.
And so, like, sometimes I'll tell my husband, oh, I forgot to tell you have a customer. He's like, what? I'm like, you have an appointment. And so, he's like, what? I'm like, yeah. Because I'm advertising a lot of stuff more than he is sometimes. Like, so, you have to be just as involved, even though it's not your business. Say you're not the sole face of the business.
Come on.
But it comes to your household. It benefits your household in some way. And so you want to make sure that you're putting in 100% as well to help that person make sure that their business is successful. Because at the end of the day, it's going to say, oh, that's your wife. Oh, that's your husband. Oh, okay, your husband. So just make sure you make them look good.
Come on. And then we put also working with your spouse can extremely be rewarding. However, without the proper training, then things will eventually get tough. So the problem is, please strategize, plan your life, look at your goals.
Don't get caught in the hustle and bustle because it's easy to lose yourself. It's easy to lose your relationship. It's easy to lose everything because you're so involved in work and you think I'm doing all this work for the family and I'm putting in all this work for the family and I'm grinding for the family.
Yep.
And next thing you know, you don't have a family.
Because you've been so locked in to trying to do something that don't make sense.
And you just lost sight of what life is really about. And that's spending time with your family and friends.
Yeah, so again, another thing we wrote down right here was too, it says, couples who work together may struggle to maintain separate identities. All right, let's elaborate on that.
That's very true. I think we all have to have our own identity at the end of the day. So sometimes you may work so hard together that you tend to take on that person's identity, you start to talk like them, you start to do everything like they do, but you still have to have your individuality. So I bring some things to the table that Lloyd doesn't bring to the table.
Some things
and vice versa.
I just don't.
And vice versa. So, he's good at things and I'm good at things. And so we have to come together. So I think that's what keeps our identity separate. Because it's like, these are your responsibilities. I know these are my responsibilities. I know I'm good at this and you're good at this.
Yeah. And we come together because, again, you have identified their their strong points. Identify your weak points.
And don't sit there and argue about, oh, well, I wanted to do that. Well, you know, you really don't know how to do it that good. Like, just let that person do it.
Yeah, because that's what make like I'm pretty much the editor, and she's pretty much the content person.
I'm like, spell check. Like, sometimes he'll get impatient and post stuff before I get to read it, and I'm like, okay, you need to go fix that. So, you know, we kind of balance each other out. So you can't sit there and be like, oh, well, I want to put the camera on, or I want to do this, or I want to learn how to edit when I know it's going to take me 5 hours. So I know until I get better, guess who's editing? My husband, because he's faster.
And like I said again, understanding your weak points. When you're hustling, listen, stop acting like you got all the answers. Stop acting like, you know what I'm saying, oh, well, you know, I'm doing all this by myself. You know what I'm saying? I don't need no one.
She's not even helping me.
You identify what she good at, and you let her strive at what she good at. And then I gonna identify what I'm good at. I'm gonna strive. Then we're gonna come together and we're gonna jointly make it work.
And I have to say this. I don't know if this is appropriate, but I think it is. Some of you you're entrepreneur. You have the entrepreneur spirit, but your spouse doesn't. Or you feel like your spouse doesn't, because you don't really know what people have inside of them.
Oh yeah.
Sometimes people don't know what they have inside of them, and you have to help them pull it out and find it. And so. It's okay. Don't get angry at them. Instead, sell them on it. Like, help them find their creative gift. You know, coach them, help them. Like, tell them why. Don't just get frustrated with the situation. And then be like, all she want to do is watch TV. So I'm just go do my own thing.
Well, what kind of tasks you giving her? Like, what kind of goals are y'all setting? If she coming home and just want to watch TV. And y'all not working towards nothing. Yeah,
but I guarantee you, if you said, babe, turn off the TV, I want to talk to you. Like, for real.
Gotcha.
You guys could have a conversation. You could sell her on why this is important, why we need to build this, and why we need to teach our kids financial literacy, and why we need to show them what having your own business is like. And, you know, working a 9 to 5 and having a business. And saying, oh, I've worked so hard that now my business makes more than my 9 to 5. You know, because you want more. You may be comfortable, but we all want more.
You want a little bit more, though.
And so, are you really going to get to where you want to be being comfortable? You're okay. Like, you're not struggling, but again, you're not a millionaire either. So, you want to make sure that you create this so your grandkids and your children won't have to go through what you went through, or go through it the same way. I read a quote. It's a quote that said, I got it out the mud. I don't want my kids to know what getting it out the mud is like. So it's not that you don't want them to know how to earn money and how to go through the struggle. It's just that you know where you've been.
Oh, yeah.
So you want to create something that's not going to, that's going to set your kids up. That's going to set your kids up for success.
And then we also wrote this down too. We said, you may lose sight of why they entered the relationship in the first place. So with that, we kind of touched on it a little bit, but as you get into the day-to-day grind, you still got to be locked in to your relationship. Because let me tell you something. The Bible plainly states that money is the rule of all evil. The love of money, not money, that the love of it. So don't get so caught up or so cocky that now you guys doing good. It's like, well, I'm doing what I want to do. I mean, I'm good now. You know what I'm saying? Instead of working together to build something. And maintain it.
If you don't maintain, you'll be back at zero.
You'll be back at zero, man. And as we always say, stay married. No, we say stay humble. What we say? I forgot.
Stay humble, stay hustling, and
stay married. Yeah, stay humble, stay hustling, and stay married. Because again, you want to stay humble. You want to always hustle, and you want to put yourself in a position where you still married. You don't have. I mean, I hear people. I talk to a lot of different individuals, and people always say, well, being in a marriage is hard. You're not happy.
Boo-hoo. We know it's hard.
We know it's hard. Being single hard too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because then, now you're single. Now you got to go through a lot of garbage, a lot of trash just to try to find one good person.
And if some of y'all leave, never mind.
Oh, speak on it. Speak on it.
Not
Some of y'all leave what?
Leave other people low ass alone. You might find yours.
She said she's speaking on it. You better stop it. Well.
I just never understand. I'm getting off topic for 1 second.
Ooh, come on.
The single people that always post, oh, he in my DM. I do believe that.
Yeah.
But
you don't have to let the world know.
Because I show my husband some stuff sometimes, and people in my DM, and it's clear. It's pretty clear that I'm married. Like, pretty clear.
Whoa.
Like, I don't get that. Like, I'll show it to him, and he's like, what? I'm like, that's dumb. Like, it's pretty.
Don't
ask me how I'm doing or you look good. No, I mean, that's just disrespectful.
I look good. I get high. Oh, my bad.
But I don't post that, like saying, oh, so-and-so in my DM, or stop being in my DM. I mean, just address the situation. Because we're adults here.
And get away and just move away from it.
Because it's something that happens. What I'm getting to is it's something that happens on a regular basis. Men will be men, women will be women.
And
check them and move on.
I ain't worried about the next dude trying to give my woman attention because I'm giving her all the attention she needs.
Right, and we good over here.
I'm good. Off of it. You know what I'm saying? So again, we have 3 more things that we want to go over. What's in the notes? What you got?
So we have 3 things
in the notes.
Oh, in the notes. Couples that have shared experiences often feel a great sense of connection to one another. And so,
elaborate.
Continue to do things together.
Come on.
That's where the experience comes in. And so, if you continue to do things together, that's going to make your relationship even stronger. Because every time you do something new or something that you guys like to do together, I guarantee you learn something about your spouse. So if you go, like, for example, to ride go-karts, and you find out that, dang, my wife really don't like go-karts because she going super slow.
Yeah.
Like, that's something you learn. Like, maybe she's not really into excursions and stuff like that. So now I know that maybe taking her to the spa might be a better idea. So you just learn different things about your spouse when you start to do things together. And sometimes you may do stuff that they like that you really don't like, but you're doing it because they like it, and that's okay.
They might like it,
and that's okay.
And you don't.
Yeah, but that's what helps your relationship grow. Cultivate and develop.
Grow, cultivate, and develop. Repeat after me. Grow, cultivate, and develop.
And it makes it strong.
Yeah.
Because you can't tell me anything I don't already know about my husband.
Come on.
And if you do, I'm going to look at him.
Like, how do you know all that?
Is that true?
Well,
tell the truth.
Well, your wife
some of y'all going to say,
he
going to lie, but you just mad. Stay mad.
You mad.
Stay mad.
Why you mad? Tell me why you mad.
All right, escape work. That is so true. Especially if your office is at home.
Come on.
And you just feel like, oh, I'm at home and I'm working 24/7 because I'm at home. No, you have to set hours just like you would if you were going into a job. And I understand that you may work different hours, like not, what do they say, non-traditional hours, and that's cool. But you have to learn how to turn it off. It doesn't matter that it's at your house. You still gotta learn how to turn it off because, again, you have to create time and you have to create a routine.
I'm telling you, you only got it's 168 hours a week. You're sleeping 8 hours a night. If you sleep more than that, you got some problems. You need to work on your energy. So, again, be locked into what you gotta do because we all have the same 24 hours in a day. Let's understand that, all right? But how you use those 24 hours is going to determine whether you're going to grow or whether you're going to slow down in your relationship or your hustling. You know what I'm saying? This is very important. Either you're going to grow or you're going to slow down when it comes to your relationship or when you're hustling. It's
starting to hustle and then stopping. And then, I'm not feeling it today. And then we don't hear from you for another 2 months about it.
And we're guilty because we went hard on YouTube 1 year for a whole 30 days straight.
Been like so much further along, but
stop
not consistent.
Stop and start.
Consistency. Consistency
kills
critics.
Ooh, Repeat after me.
So consistency kills credit. And some of y'all will get that tonight when you sleep, or maybe in the morning. But it's like you have to be consistent. And then people be like, oh my God, dang, they really serious about this thing. Yeah, I'm going to keep posting, and I'm going to keep posting. You just going to have to block me. So I'm going to keep posting because we coming. And I've made up in my mind that nobody's going to be better than me. Period. That's it. That's what I have to think. And I'm not saying I'm better than people.
No.
Let me just make that clear.
Make that clear.
I'm just saying that I'm going to outwork you. You can be better than me, but I'm going to outwork you.
That's it, man. So
period.
If you just continue being consistent, it's gonna happen. All right, what's the last thing we got?
And just when you do these things, like your intimacy will increase.
Come on.
You have professional support from your spouse.
Talk to me.
Personal space, because you're keeping those separate identities.
Come on.
And then the finances are great. You're being super productive. The productivity level is at an all-time high.
All-time high.
So
because you have GPS your goals. That's what you have. You have to Listen, if you ain't learned nothing else on this podcast, you need to GPS your goals, because it's gonna help you be able to look at the time and determine your success. Some people say you can't determine the success. I can. You know what I'm saying?
Because again, I'm gonna outwork you.
Because I'm outworking. And I'm
hard on myself. Like if right now I'm struggling because I don't like the way my body looks. Period. So I'm literally, babe can tell you, this is day 3 for me. Y'all.
Come on, work.
I've joined this workout group thanks to one of my friends. Thanks to Candace.
Working.
I've joined this group, and I'm seeing these ladies, and they're really motivating me. But I'm like, damn. They look good. Oh, hell no. They're not about to look better than me. So that's just what I tell myself, because it gets hard. Like, it's hard. Do I want to go out there every day for 2 hours? No. But every time I think about how their body look, I'm like, damn, and I look at mine, oh no. So, I mean, that's how you have to look at your finances. That's how you have to look at your life. Like, man, I want that.
And the thing, too, I try to tell people, this is the best podcast out there. What you mean? Right. Listen, One Marriage, Two Hustlers, the best podcast out there. It's the best podcast. And
babe can tell you, I'm watching other people's podcasts. I'm like, babe, but I think we're cuter.
Oh, really?
Babe, but I think we got more.
Come on.
I mean, it's not. You just have to believe in yourself, because no one's gonna believe in you like you do. Period. If you don't believe in yourself, you always walking around like, oh, I wish I could do it. Well, how you do? Figure it out.
Figure it out.
Get on. We got internet. Like, we're in 2021.
Dig deep.
Figure it out.
People don't want to dig deep though.
Figure it out.
They don't want to dig deep.
Figure it out. Like, you have to figure out what works for you. And what works for one person may not work for you. Doing a podcast is not for everybody.
It's not.
Some people don't want to talk in front of the camera. Vlogging is not for everybody. Some people don't want you to know anything about their life.
Yep.
They don't want people in their business, so
at
to
all.
speak. Like, they don't want you inside of their house. And that's okay.
That's cool.
But
strive at what you're good at.
And my thing is, too, don't try to say, oh, how do y'all do that? Why y'all do that? I don't want people in my business. That's too much.
That's you.
That's you. Like, that's you. Again, what works for me may not work for you. And that's fine.
And we brought this podcast so we can be transparent and give you conversations that people are already having.
But
they're already having conversations. We just bring it to the front light.
We're just on social media.
And we're talking to you about it.
That's the only difference.
Yeah, we're talking to you about it. Yeah. And we decided to monetize our podcast by using Patreon.
Yeah,
you know
because again, our equipment costs money. Time is money.
Time is money.
So, I mean, it is what it is.
And we hoping you guys are enjoying all the podcasts, taking incredible notes. And me personally, I'm not just giving you a podcast where you notice on all our podcasts we have words scrolling on the bottom of the screen. I'm actually we're actually trying to educate, motivate, and inspire you to be better.
Not saying we know everything.
No.
We just want to share what we do know from life experiences. And we just want to open the floor for other people to come on eventually.
Yeah, that's going to happen sometime in May.
We do know some great people, and they do want to come on and share information.
They do know some great people.
You know, we're just getting the ball rolling, and then we're going to have guests on. We're going to have people on.
Come on.
I mean, it's going to be great. But I say all that to say, find something that you're good at even if you're not good at it, if you want to know more about it, you want to be good at it, study it, critique it, live it, walk it. I bet anything, you're going to be like the best at it if you do that. If it's something you really want to do and you looking at it every day, you watching, you practicing it, you doing it.
Stay locked in, man.
And stay focused.
Stay locked in.
And
don't lose sight.
Don't lose sight of your goal. And always remember that somebody had to help you, or I'm going to show you how I helped myself. And so by doing the research, and don't depend on people to do stuff for you, because nothing in life is free. Like, people are just not going to hand you stuff.
No.
And that's what some people have to understand. It's like, you can call me on the phone and be like, Courtney, can I? And I'll give you guidance, but then you'll say I didn't help you because you wanted me to hand it to you.
Yeah.
Like, that's not how it works.
Again.
Like, hold on. I'm going to let you talk, baby. I know I'm running my mouth. But like, for instance, Lloyd's mom passed away. My mom passed away. My maternal grandma passed away. And so for some people, they'll be like, oh, yeah, but I know where they are. They lived a good life. And so when I'm doing what I'm doing and I'm living how I'm living, is because I know genuinely they wanted me to be better than them.
Come on.
And so I know I want to do something that makes them proud. So you have to find something that motivates you to
locked
be great.
in.
Like, you can't wallow in, oh, well, this went wrong, or oh, well, this. Okay, life happens.
It happens.
But you gotta pick up your feelings.
Pick it up.
Pick up everything. You may have went to jail. You may have, did something bad, and nobody even know about it. Forgive yourself. Ask God for forgiveness.
Come on.
And move forward and find something that works for you. Like, you have to get that monkey off your back. You can't keep carrying it around. That's why God died on the cross. You can have life and have it more abundantly. You have to give it to Him, and then when you give it to Him, you can live freely and operate in your gift.
Come on.
Okay, and I'm done, y'all.
So, when she said all that, it boils down to excuses is for the useless. So stop giving yourself excuses to why you're not hustling, why you're not building your relationship. Because I'm telling you guys, she said something key, when you locked in, you focus. I don't let nobody tell me, opinion is like a whole bunch of assholes. Everybody has one. I don't really care about your opinion. I'm locked in to the vision that I already seen, and the vision God already gave me, and I'm locked in to saying, I'm finna make it happen. We finna make it happen. So you look up, you're like, well, wow, we started posting podcasts, and you look up, and then, man, are we getting all this support? But we believe, and we said, what can we bring to you guys to help you guys become more successful? How can you get on our podcast on a weekly basis and say, man, I learned something from them. Man, I'm going to share that video in my story, or part of that video in my story. Man, they keep pushing, man. Man, go follow those guys. One Man's Two Hustlers. They really on a mission.
Right. And then when we bring people on, like,
come on.
we're honestly bringing genuine people on.
And some successful people. I'm talking about that.
And my husband can tell you, like, I'll tell him something, because let me tell y'all, my husband, he got a lot of faith in people. And I'm like, I get that spirit. I got that discernment. Like, I'm like, I don't know, babe. He like, nah, babe.
Give him a try.
I'm like, yeah, okay, mama. Watch what I tell you. Maybe like 4 months later, like, man, I'm like, I told you. So the people that we bring on, you can trust and believe, like, I'm vouching for them, like, they're good.
They solid.
And they bring you the real. And so that's what we want to bring. We want to network. We want to bring people on that are going to educate you as well. Like, we're not just going to bring people on to just tell you anything. Or it to be unorganized. Like, we're going to do it, how they say it, church? Decent and in order. And so, that's really what we want to bring to you guys. So
listen, again, thank you for being here. If you ain't went to Patreon yet, One Man's Two Hustlers, I'll put it in the link right here.
Click it.
Hey, go in the description bar, click it.
Rock with us.
$5. And last thing I want to share with you guys, After Dark is coming soon.
It is. And I'm going to say this too. Don't wait till it's popular to support.
Ooh. Ooh, don't wait till it's popular to support.
Go ahead and support, and you can say, "Oh, I've been supporting. I've been right with them. I knew them before y'all even, you know what I'm saying, before they even got to that level. Be that person."
Yeah. So again, thank you guys for watching. We see you guys next Friday right here on YouTube. One Marriage, Two Hustlers. Don't forget to hit the notification button. And also, if you ain't subscribed, you ain't popping, because you ain't with the Hustle Squad, baby.
And also, like this video, share,
comment below.
And we'll see you guys next week.
Peace.
You're kicking it with the Christians. You're kicking it with the Christians. One marriage, two hustlers, it shows. We'll travel the globe in search of endless possibilities. You're kicking it with the Christians. Together we'll conquer it all. Take the highs with the lows, 'cause there's no losing with this energy. You're kicking it with the Christians.
Don't forget to follow us on all platforms.